What's up, y'all? Sparta here. Um, I want to make a quick video before going into my typical my the videos I usually do. Well, no, I'm covering news, so I typically do that. So I guess it's whatever. But I want to talk about the LG G8 and LG V50 launching at this MWC Mobile World Congress, and how kind of odd this kind of is. So what I've read so far and what I've began to see is the LG G8 will have, and if it's gonna be on there, I'm fairly certain it's gonna be on the V50, is going to have an OLED screen. So they're completely ditching LCD this time, which is cool. I'm not necessarily bummed out about it. I like both LCD and OLED for their own specific reasons, so it's not a big deal to me. But what's very cool about what they're going to be doing is that it's called a I forgot what exactly. Like, hold on, I'm gonna look it up. Okay, so the screen is going to be called a Crystal Sound OLED. What it's going to essentially do is that it'll allow the screen to also be a speaker. Or not be a speaker, but, make sound, the easier way to say it is you just make the screen a speaker, I guess. So I'm going to just use that terminology, even though that doesn't really sound right. But yeah, so that coupled with Boombox will be pretty interesting to see how that will work out. But what's kind of odd is that the V50 and the G8 are launching both sides of each other, right? The G7 launched earlier, pretty much, what was it, like June or something that the G7 launched? And it's totally fine for it to be coming out, or being announced anyway, next at MWC, because they typically announce the G series phones at MWC. But the V series typically comes out at the end of the year, right? So, and the V40 came out October. And I'm trying to figure what they're basically doing is what they did with like the V30S and the V30S Plus and the V35 and stuff like that, where it was just the V30 but with better internals or with more RAM and stuff like that. But what I think they're gonna do here is that it's gonna have the Snapdragon 855. It's going to have 5G because that's what every single publication has said, is that it's going to be their first 5G phone, and it's going to have the Crystal Sound OLED screen that they're going to, debut, and it's just going to be this and sound emitting through the screen is not new. Like, I forgot, like, the Xiaomi Mi Mix or whatever that phone was called, its display would vibrate to, it would vibrate for like calls so that you can hear, like, since it didn't have like an earpiece or whatever, it would vibrate so you can hear, people's voices during calls and stuff like that. So it's nothing new. But I guess to this extent, it hasn't really been done before, so it's kind of crazy to see that and be like, I wonder how that's going to work, and is it really going to be, and how the longevity of how long it'll last and stuff like that, because that's kind of, people use their phone speakers a lot. And if you were able to like turn it off so it doesn't wear down over time, because that's something that I feel will wear down even faster than like your typical phone speaker. So I'm very interested to see the longevity of, this crystal sound OLED. Because it's not the screen itself that's undulating sound. They have like a strip under the display that makes it do that or something like that. So it's really crazy how that's gonna, be implemented and work. But I'm more interested to see what this V50 is gonna be like. Because I don't understand if it's just two new things, a Snapdragon 855 and 5G connectivity, why they would call it a V50 and not just like a V45, because it's not really anything that's leaps and bounds over the V40, unless they change up the cameras a bit more and do stuff like, because there was a lot of complaints that people had about the V40 when it came to like not being able to use every single camera in manual mode, not being able to switch your not being able to record video and switch through each cameras like you used to be able to on like the V20 and V30. Like there's a lot of omissions there's not a lot, but there's a couple omissions that they have with the V40 that aren't in previous, V series phones. And I do get those sentiments. It doesn't personally make me say that the V40 is a terrible phone, and none of them have really said that, but it's just something I wanted to touch on. And if they were to implement that, it would probably make me get the V50 as well. I'm not like really gung-ho about getting the V50. Like if it has a bigger battery, that might entice me as well. Not that this battery's been trash. It definitely hasn't. But to each their own. But that's all I really wanted to talk about. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. This is Sparta. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for the support. Hope you guys have a wonderful Saturday, whatever time of day it is in your area. Have a good one. If you like this video, like it. If you dislike it, dislike it. Share with people that are interested in this sort of video. Thanks for 598 subscribers. And have a good one, you guys.